Okay, I have no idea what to expect for this video, but hi muckers, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be covering Anna Paul's response to Mikaela Testa. Now, Mikaela is still coming out with a third part, but Anna has responded on TikTok, and the video is, as you can imagine, blowing up everywhere. I have not watched it yet, but I have seen a lot of tweets of people sending me saying that, you know, it focuses on some things other than other things, so I'm gonna dive in myself. It feels kind of weird to kind of do two parts of Mikaela, and then we don't have the third part yet, and we're kind of being, you know, interrupted for a second to kind of watch Anna react to the first two, I guess. You know what I mean? I would have much rather have everything out there from both sides before starting to comment further on it, if you know what I mean. The fact that I know that Mikaela has a third part coming out in a couple days, and I don't know what the contents are of that, is going to make me feel a little bit weird about responding to whatever Anna's saying. Now, again, people have said that she's focusing on some things other than other things, so maybe she's waiting for what Mikaela talks about as well. But yes, if you do not know, on my YouTube channel, we have reacted to part 1 and part 2 of Mikaela's podcast about the Paul family. It's absolutely crazy. Part 1 was like 2.5 hours. Part 2 was like 2.5 hours. And it was crazy. And also, for a little update on my video that I just posted on part 2, I talked about the fact that I was just in Japan and I bought a Tamagotchi, and I was like, guys, why is it not hatching? I have literally been waiting for this to hatch, and I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what I was doing wrong. I got new batteries, then I would get new batteries, and then I would reset it, and it wouldn't work. And I have been really missing Japan today, so I've been, like, frantically, like, shaking it, being like, why is it not working? And look, I'm not even kidding you. Like, it's Tamagotchi, right? So, turns out, people in the comments have informed me that this is, in fact, an egg timer. Fuck that. I'm so annoyed. I'm so annoyed. So anyways, I'm gonna go and buy a Tamagotchi in town tomorrow. It's not gonna be from Japan, but what can you do? Anyways, let's get into Anna Paul's reaction. Just want to let you all know that we are reacting to Escape the Night, Joey Graceffa's show, on my Patreon right now, and we react to a bunch of different shows over there. We're currently going through Escape the Night. We just did Mr. Beast Games. We do podcasts, we do videos, we do everything over here. So much fun. So if you want any extra content, there's a lot over there. And again, we're in the midst of reacting to Escape the Night. I'm filming the next one right after this, so if you're looking for it, it'll be up right after this. God, it's the worst show ever. And also, leg 2 of the Chronically online tour is starting in 2 weeks today, give or take. And we're going to Nashville, Philly, Washington, D.C., Boston, Minneapolis, Detroit, Chicago. If you know that reference, type it down below. Orlando, Houston, Atlanta, Phoenix, and San Diego and San Francisco. Now, by the way, just a quick thing. If anyone's in Orlando, how achievable is it to do Drink Around the World in, like, 1 day and, like, some of Epcot? Because I have like 1 day to do it all, and I'm like, is it worth it? At least maybe Drink Around the World, because I've always wanted to drink around the world. So let me know about that situation. And also, if you have any recommendations for any of the places that I'm going to, I haven't been to any of them before except for Chicago when we did a first show. I would love some recommendations, specifically for like Nashville, Philly, Washington, and Boston, because we're going there very soon. But anyways, let's get to Anna's response. All right. I love the monotone outfit, what is it that people say whenever they're doing, like, a sit-down, addressing, apology, whatever video where they wear, like, the monotone colors and whatever.
Hi everyone, I know that a lot of people have been waiting for me to make a response to Mikaela's video, and before I get into that, before I do that, I want to address something very serious.
She goes, before I get into it, just want to let you know, I feel broke.
And that is that a couple of years ago, I made a huge mistake by being in a YouTube video where I talk about a relationship that I wasn't even in. I should have never done that. I should have never ever done that, and I apologize for that. I should have never been in that video. I believe that at the end of the day, only the two people who are in a relationship truly know what goes on in that relationship.
Is this going to be how she's addressing her brother? I wanted to call him some words there, but, you know, I'm trying to be a little bit careful here. But we're literally being told that he's an R, you know, that he's R-worded people. So, is that what we're going to be doing? She's going to be saying that she doesn't want to speak for any other people's relationship? Are we literally going to start this with her making a bland-ass statement to avoid talking about her fucking brother at all costs? Is that what we're going to be doing 30 seconds in? Okay, great.
I have no right to sit down and talk about a relationship that I wasn't even in. And
yeah, but we've been shown so much proof of you being doing that for so long, but now you don't want to. Oh, don't piss me off, Anna Paul.
at the time, I thought I was doing the right thing by defending my family, but I wasn't. It's not the right thing to do whatsoever. And even now, when I watch those clips back, it's like, I can tell how immature I was. I should have been stronger in saying no to even being in that video.
Stuff like this is crazy to me because it's like, I should have been stronger. I should have known back then. No, you're only saying that because you know what the public response is now. Oh, I wish I could go back in time. Yeah, because you were called out for it. Pisses me off.
Should not have been in that video at all. And I really apologize for that. And because of that, in this video, I will not at all be addressing Atis and Mikaela's part of the relationship. Atis has done...
Dude, what a fucking... This is 26 minutes. I didn't even know you could upload that long on TikTok. What a fucking cop-out. What a fucking cop-out. You're not going to be addressing anything to do with Atis in this video? That was the basic... a huge chunk of this so far. We're being told about you defending things. You trying to lock Mikaela in this relationship. You doing... This is such a fucking cop-out. Oh, no. You don't want to talk about their relationship. Oh, that has pissed me off.
That on his Instagram today. That is his story to tell, not mine whatsoever. I'm only going to be talking about myself.
Crazy.
Mikaela had been promoting her podcast for weeks and weeks and weeks, and not once did I try to stop it. I didn't try to stop it with a cease and desist or any type of legal letter, nothing at all. Because I believe when a woman has a story to tell, she should be able to come online and freely tell that story. So that's why I didn't do that. And another thing I want to say, since we're speaking about legal things, is that some people are saying because I didn't get her with a defamation case after her podcast was posted, that what she's saying must be the truth and she must be telling the truth, but that is not the case at all. In reality, a defamation case takes 3 to 4 years. It takes such a long time, and it costs $500,000 to $1 million. It's very expensive. It takes such a long time. And if I went down that route, I wouldn't be able to do this. I wouldn't be able to set up my camera like this and just freely tell you the truth like this. This would take 4 years till I'd be able to do this. So I didn't want to go down that route. Now, Mikaela made a big mistake.
Interesting start so far. Interesting start.
Thinking that I'm going to stay silent like I always do, because she knows that when people lie about me online, I don't say anything, I don't make a video, like I just stay silent. And she made a huge mistake in thinking I'll do that again. She took my silence and my kindness for weakness in the situation, and I will not be staying silent this time. Now, when she first...
Here's the thing that I'm going to say before this. I knew neither of these people a week ago, right? If she's gonna come at this from the approach that she has been so wronged, I don't think it's gonna work. For me. Because Mikaela in her video came at it from the approach of, I've been wronged, but I also wronged people. And for Anna to open this 2 minutes in with, you know, you can't take my kindness for weakness. All that, right? Cliche as hell. Me, personally, I've seen enough things that Anna has done that make me believe that we're not taking her kindness for weakness, if you know what I mean. So I already have a picture painted with the evidence that I've been shown from about Anna, that yeah, Anna can provide other things, but that all still applies to my opinion of Anna, right? Hey, I'm going in this with an open mind, but I'm just saying I've seen enough about her now.
Posted the podcast, I didn't watch it. I'm going to be honest, I didn't watch it because I wasn't going to sit down and listen to 2.5 hours of her lying. I'm not going to do...
But why? If someone had posted a podcast about me, exposing intimate details about my relationship, my family, my whatever, and it was blowing up online, I would watch that. Why is she saying that she didn't watch it? She wasn't watching it. That fundamentally doesn't make... That's not what people do. I don't know.
Do that. That was until people started commenting like, oh, she came with the receipts, like all the receipts. And I thought, okay, let me see, like, what are these receipts? I want to see. So I watched her video and there are no receipts about me. There are no receipts about me. She puts up photos from my public Instagram and stuff like that, but she just tells very, very long stories. She speaks a lot. And her receipts are like photos from my public Instagram. There are no receipts. I today, however, have come with actual receipts. So let's get into it. First, let me clarify.
Okay, here's the thing. Listen, let's see what she has as well. But, I mean, to say that Mikaela didn't have receipts is not necessarily true, because Mikaela was showing a lot of text messages and a lot of group chats and a lot of whatever. So, that's not true, actually. But, hey.
Timeline. I haven't seen this girl in 3 years. She asked to hang out with me 4 months ago. Even though now I've always been this very bad person, 4 months ago, she wanted to hang out with me. She asked me to come to her house. She asked me to make Snapchat content with her, which makes her money because she only wants to hang out with you if she can get something from you. And of course, I politely declined because I do not want to hang out with this person. I know what kind of person she is, and I do not want her in my life whatsoever. So I declined. And then she asked me to go on a trip to Fiji with her, which again, would have been for Snapchat content, would have been for money. And I also didn't go to that, obviously. Now, 4 months later, apparently I'm a very bad person. Anyways, let's get on to the lies, because there's a lot, and I have them written down on my phone, so if it's choppy or if I'm looking down at my phone, it's just I'm trying to keep track of all of them, to be honest with you. And
okay, another thing I just want to say, because I just watched Mikaela's part 2, right? Mikaela has shown things over the years of, you know, having conversations with people where they're, you know, calling Anna out, or, you know, she's reaching out to Anna's dad, or, you know, all these different things, right? These moments in time, right? That, in my opinion, if Mikaela was reaching out in the last couple months in terms of hanging out, you know, that isn't entirely conflicting of her story when she's showing a lot of text messages of conversations with people over the years, you know, talking about things that Anna's doing, or, you know, issues that Anna's doing with her family, or that Addis is doing. You know what I mean? And again, the only reason I'm so hot and heels about this is because I just spent 2.5 hours watching part 2. Literally about 10 minutes ago.
And the first one that I'm going to address, which is so stupid, is that Addis takes my OF content. She seriously said that. She seriously said that. And when she said that, I was like, yes, now people will know.
Well, I thought we weren't talking about Addis.
She's lying, good. But that's not the case, so now I'm going to address it. Addis doesn't take my OF content, obviously. Either I took it or Glenn took it. She's trying to make it seem like Addis was in the bedroom, like, you feel me? That's ridiculous. And she knows it's ridiculous. She knows it's an online rumor. And I'll put up a receipt on the screen. This is us laughing about how gross it is. And she's laughing along. We're both laughing because we're like both like, yuck, what the hell? She's laughing and she knows that it's not true. She knows it's a rumor. She knows people will eat it up, which is why she said it in her podcast, which is ridiculous. Next, my dogs.
Again, Anna said that, you know, her brother was not in the room doing OF content, which is different than what Mikaela said. Mikaela showed, like, a picture of both of them or something and was like, Addis took this, if I remember correctly. So again, very much so her story versus your story.
Anna just keeps buying these dogs. The other family members like, oh, Anna just bought these dogs.
My family is so annoyed at me because I just bought all these dogs. This is how old I was when we got my first dog, Angel. I was 8. And when we got my second dog, I was 12. I was not buying all these dogs when I was 8 and 12. And my other dog, Baby, we got when I was 17, and she still lives with my dad to this day. Angel and Ninja both passed away from old age a couple of years ago, but Baby is still loving life. You can see her on my dad's Instagram. She's loving it. She's happy. So I'm not just buying all these dogs. That's ridiculous. Next is that all my birds are dead and that I clip their wings and that I abuse them and all these things. So that is obviously not the case. I actually have photos. You can see in all these photos that I've never clipped my bird's wings, which I don't know why she would say that, because you can prove right here in photos they've never had clip wings. And I actually know exactly where all my birds are with receipts, okay? So I had Quasey, and he passed away last year, and he was my treasure, and I had him for majority of my life. Then I had 3 other birds. Now, these birds hated each other. They didn't get along. Every time I had them out together, they would just attack each other, and it was a constant struggle trying to keep them from biting each other.
Okay, so what I'm going to hear is that they were rehomed. So basically what Mikaela said was you get animals and then you get rid of them. Whatever the circumstances are, what she said is true.
I thought for them to have the best life possible, I'll rehome them. I'll rehome them.
Okay, so... okay, technicalities, but what Mikaela said is true. Mikaela was like, oh, like, where are the birds, whatever, like that. You're saying, oh, I have receipts, you know, they all hate each other, so we got rid of them. Okay, that's what Mikaela said.
So they don't have to constantly be attacked by another bird, getting bitten left and right, right? So I'll put up screenshots. My dad helped me rehome them, and here you can see the dates, you can see everything. This is me rehoming my birds, and I care so much about where they went. It was such a big deal to me that they go to a loving home and that they're rehomed properly. That, for example, in one of the screenshots, you'll see that somebody from a different state wanted to buy one of the birds, and I refused to sell to him because there is no way I'm putting my bird on a plane and putting him at risk of getting traumatized or scared or anything like that. I wanted them to have the most smooth...
Girl, this is bare minimum.
...transition into their new home, so I refuse to sell. And that is because I care a lot about where my animals go. I think it's disgusting that she used my bird Quakesy as a punchline. And
cute little bird, right? Okay, what I don't understand here is that she's saying that Mikaela said that Quakesy was the bird she cared about and that bird died. Anna's saying that that was the bird that died. Mikaela said she had all these other birds and then they all just... does she even know where they are? They all got rehomed or whatever. Anna's saying they all got rehomed. Am I missing something?
As like content in her podcast, like that is disgusting to me. He meant the world to me, and I've never posted this because why would I? It's weird. I've never posted this, but for the sake of this video, I will post it. So Quakesy passed away last year, and I put him in my home somewhere where every single morning I can say good morning to him and I can say good night to him because he meant the world to me. So for her to use him is just disgusting to me. It's just disgusting to me. My horses, I have one horse.
Okay, well, here's the thing. Mikaela also showed images of the birds at one period and then in another period, and they looked horrible. You know? Again, I just watched Mikaela's video. They looked horrible. They were all clipped, you know what I mean? Like, they were stressed. They were losing hair. They were like, we just saw photos of all of this. So, I mean, that doesn't lie.
Who I love. He has the best life you can imagine. He lives in one of the top riding schools in Australia. He gets professionally ridden twice a week. He gets rugged every day. He has a huge paddock to run around and he has the best life. And I'm seeing comments about me having a second horse. If anybody finds my second horse, please let me know. Oh, and my cat, by the way.
There was no mention in the video of a second horse.
Glenn and I bought a cat together, and this cat was Glenn's life. So when we split, we decided that he will live with Glenn along with my dog Prince because they bonded so well. And I didn't have a cat for a year and a half. My brother had a cat, my mum had a cat. I didn't have a cat for a year and a half. And then last year I bought myself a cat as well, and he's living happy and healthy. His name is Poops. He's so cute. So yeah.
Again, just playing fair here. Don't you all live in the same house? If there's a cat in the house, it's your cat. You know what I mean?
I just want to say that.
This is very technical.
This whole thing, this whole animal thing is just one huge projection from Mikaela. Because the second her cat was a minor inconvenience to her, she had her assistant drive her cat to the closest shelter and dump him. Where is your cat, Mikaela? Where was he rehomed to? You don't know because you don't care. Now, next is that she...
Okay, so we have them both playing tit for tat here about animals. How about both of you look after your fucking animals? How about both of you fucking suck? You know what I mean?
Is so concerned about all my underage fans. Okay, now she didn't show a receipt, but I will. Here are my analytics. You can see that 93.8% of my followers are over the age of 18.
Girl, first of all, many people who sign up to social media have to be above a certain age, so they will click that. So this means fuck all. Mikaela, in her video, was showing for examples of your audience being super young, for you promoting your OF, for them, incentivized of them winning money if they sign up, and how creepy that was. She was showing footage from your meet and greets, which showed that they were kids. So you can show all the social media statistics in the fucking world. We were being shown footage from your meet and greets where it's a bunch of fucking kids meeting your creepy ass brother too. So this means fuck all. I'm trying to be as fair as possible here, but a lot of this is incredibly vague or irrelevant.
Which means majority of my following are adults, okay? And I just find it very interesting that while all this drama is going on that she kicked off about her being concerned about my fans and they're all underage and she's so worried, what does she post on her Instagram while all eyes are on her, while her views would be higher than ever, of actual children wanting to know, ooh, what's the tea? What's Mikaela going to say about Anna? What does she do?
Again, her saying that is as baseless as Mikaela saying it, except Mikaela showed footage from your meet and greet, and you're not showing footage from, like, a meet and greet of her. So again, you're both playing tit for tat. That's what this is.
She posts slide after slide after slide on her Instagram story of a link to her other page where you can buy videos of her and her partner having sexual intercourse. That's how
Why did she phrase it like that? Sexual intercourse.
Concerned she is. Because I am so gross. And let me just say,
Wait, but Mikaela in her video said that she knew that she didn't have a child audience. Am I missing something here? Am I missing something?
I haven't talked about my other site on TikTok in years, and I've promoted it maybe twice in the last 12 months on Instagram. Yet she's so concerned that I'm so disgusting. And you know what? Since we're out here clarifying absolutely everything, I don't do anything crazy on there. I haven't even shown my bare chest on there. Yet she's so concerned for all my underage fans. How does that make sense? I don't understand.
Because, I mean, redirecting your audience to pay for an OnlyFans in order to win money off of you in your random giveaways. What is OnlyFans majorly used for? Sex work. Come on, girl, let's not play dumb. Like, am I missing something?
Let's continue.
And I don't know how else to fucking say it. Hans Paul is homeless. He prefers this lifestyle, and it's something that Anna and I would joke about all the time. And he would rather sleep in the van in the garage than sleep in one of the unused 5 bedrooms upstairs because he's just a hippie man.
Apparently my dad is homeless, according to her. Now, I want to start this by saying, Mikaela, my dad is none of your business. He's not a piece of content for your podcast. I don't know why you're sitting down talking about a 60-year-old man that you haven't seen in years. So she's saying he's homeless. Listen, my dad lives in a van because he wants to live a van life. That does not make him homeless. You can actually follow his whole journey on his Instagram. He openly posts about it. It's his dream life. It's what he's always wanted to do. It reminds him of his childhood. Him and his family used to travel around Europe in a van, so it makes him happy, and he's always wanted to discover Australia, so that's what he does, right? But apparently that makes him homeless. Anyways, let me continue. So the things I'm going to share are things that I would never, ever, ever want to share online. This is so weird to me, but I have no other choice, so now here I am. So last year, there was a big rumor going around that my dad is homeless, and I'm going to show you a screenshot now. And this...
Okay, I hope in this she addresses the fact of him, like, sleeping / like, living in the garage. Because that was a big focus on Mikaela's video.
Screenshot is from before that drama even happened. The talk of my dad being homeless didn't exist at this time, and I'm going to show you the way I spoke to my dad. I sent him money like I always do, and you can see in this screenshot that I said that he can ask me for any amount of money at any time.
Again, this is great, and you know what? I'll take her word for it. I was also shown text messages on Mikaela's video where Anna was sending videos being like, oh my god, why is he spending $3 of my money? What can you even buy with $3? So again, this is great. I'm glad to see this. And I was sad to see what Mikaela showed that she said. You know what? If anything, I hope she treats her dad good. You know? I hope she treats her dad good. And that's as much as, I guess, any of us can say on that.
That is the reality of how I talk to my dad. That is the reality of mine and his relationship. Now, I didn't want to show that receipt, but I had no other choice. And now my dad also has a job of his own, and it's a very flexible job so that he can travel the world with me for the other half of the year, because a lot of the time we're not in Australia. A lot of the time we're traveling around the world because I love to travel and I love to have him with me. I love to make those memories with my dad. And I'm going to show you another screenshot, which again, I wouldn't ever want to show, but I'm going to show you for the purpose of this video. Here is the money that I've sent my dad in the last 12 months. I have sent my father nearly $60,000 tax-free just for pocket money, just for funsies, just so he can spend it on whatever he wants. And that doesn't include all the trips I take him on because I fully pay for those out of my own.
Okay, here's the thing. I hope she's treating her dad good considering he gave her the life that she had. And again, there's ways of like, I don't know, I really don't like her. And I just don't know why. I feel that the way that she talks. Like, I've seen so many videos of her pretending to not be incredibly rich or incredibly wealthy. To kind of be like, oh, I'm sending him this money just as pocket money. Like, come on, just as pocket money. You are... Again, this is probably not going to be accurate in the slightest. Because I'm sure if you type in... Hold on. Let me see. Anna Paul net worth. Again, this is all, like, take this with a pinch of salt, because it means nothing. But they're, like, Elle magazine is saying that, you know, she's estimated to have a net worth of 6 to 7 million. Reviews report she earns up to $220,000 a month on probably, like, OF. 10 million. Something like that, right? So for her being like, oh my god, and I send that just as pocket money. Girl, you're a millionaire! You're a multi-millionaire! Oh my goodness.
Own money. I pay for every flight, every car, every
girl,
drink,
you're
every
a
meal,
multi-millionaire.
Everything. It's all included so that we can have the best time possible. That is the reality of my dad's life. That is the reality of how I treat my dad. We've been to Miami, we've been to LA, we've been to Norway, we've been to Sweden, we've been to Vegas, we've been everywhere. And that's just in the last 12 months. And when I asked him for permission if I can use these photos, he said, yes, of course. But make sure you add this photo specifically for Mikaela. So yeah, there's that on my dad.
Okay, here's the thing as well, right? We're being shown this, and then on Mikaela's videos, we're being shown the people that are saying that they are hearing him cry and be emotional about, you know, his life and his family at the bar, and that this is an often thing, and then there's multiple people saying it, whatever. So again, you know what? We have that, we have this, and there's nothing really to make an opinion on. There's okay.
Next is
one doesn't take away from the other.
She said that I call everybody fat. Apparently, I'm just out there calling everybody fat, and she obviously came up with that because she knows that I am a very body positive person, and that is one of the things I stand for online. So she wanted to take that away from me, and she came out with a story saying that I called a fan fat. And when she's like, "Oh, people are buying this. Let me see what else I can whip up," she found a screenshot of me using the word fat, and she's like, "Now look, Anna's calling people fat." Now, let me explain this screenshot because she didn't explain it, but I will. I'll show the whole screenshot with context. Context that she conveniently left out, of course. So this is regarding Glenn's father. So let me tell you the story. Glenn and I have struggled with our weight for a long time. We were trying to eat healthy, but we were just unhealthy. And so was Glenn's father. Until Glenn's father made a change, he started eating very healthy. Glenn's father's diet changed completely. And when I started going to Glenn's house, his dad would make me soups, all these vegetables. He would make these little pizzas with like cauliflower bottoms. Like, he was eating so healthy, but still drinking a lot of alcohol. And he wasn't losing weight, and we didn't know why. Then I came across this TikTok of a guy who does experiments on himself. So sometimes he'll eat like KFC for 30 days and see how his body changes, or he'll drink water for 30 days and see how his body changes. And he did a video, and I sent it in the group chat because it was so relevant to Glenn's dad's diet. And I said, this guy gains more weight drinking alcohol every day for 30 days than when he had KFC for 30 days straight, which is crazy. Like, and then I said at the bottom, I said, Glenn, send that video to your dad. Maybe he'll stop drinking alcohol. We should ask him because he's way too fat for what he apparently eats. And keep in mind, we didn't use the word fat in a derogatory way. It wasn't an offensive word in my household, and it wasn't an offensive word in Glenn's household. I can tell you that right now. We just used the word for what it was. It wasn't talking shit. You can see in Glenn's reply, which Mikaela also conveniently left out, Glenn replied and said, just sent it to my dad, and then just sent a photo of the cat. Because it wasn't an offensive situation.
Also, what doesn't make sense to me is the text messages Mikaela has from Glenn, you know, talking badly about Anna and the full situation. And then also Mikaela is saying that they were actually doing these crash diets at Anna's house in order to get Glenn skinnier and to lose weight. And that they were all lying about a diet to make Glenn not feel bad about wanting to put him on a diet. You know what I mean?
It wasn't mean. It wasn't me talking shit. It was like, oh, damn, that's crazy. Anyway, and that's it. So she's now painted it out like, I'm this evil person calling Glenn's dad fat. How could I? No. Oh, and I just want to remind everybody that her story of me saying I called a fan fat, she has no receipt for that. She's just telling a story. There is no receipt that I ever called a fan fat because I don't call my fans fat. I don't do that. Anyways. Now, our relationship was complicated, but we were close. And when you're close with someone, you text them dumb things. You text dumb things in the group chat with people that you're very, very, very close with. You type things and you hit send without thinking, and sometimes they're rude, they're disgusting, they're mean, they're dumb, they're immature, and we could scroll for the next 10 years through our group chats and expose every bad thing that we've ever said. But I'm not here to do that. I'm actually going to show you something else, and that is that okay, so she has made it out to be like, I didn't support her and I wasn't a supportive friend and this and that. But I'm going to show you what I was actually like to her in the group chat and the way that I spoke to her. So I'm going to play a voice note, and it might be a bit choppy because I'm leaving out some very sensitive parts for her privacy. I don't want to expose that. But here is a voice note of the way I would often support her. And this was normal. This was a regular occurrence. This is how I actually...
Okay, do you just want to say one thing? Her showing voice memos where she's saying, look how supportive I am. And then Mikaela showing voice memos of Anna, you know, basically implying that she should stay with her brother even though he's being abusive, or all these messages of Anna downplaying Addis's abuse towards, you know, Mikaela. Neither of them, what's the word? X out the other one. So Anna can show a voice memo or voice memos and be like, look how supportive I was in this instance. And that doesn't take away from the fact that Mikaela is showing all these times when Anna is, like, treating her so badly or not caring enough for her, or not having her good intentions or whatever, which was what Mikaela is saying. Neither of them take each other out.
I spoke to Mikaela behind the scenes in a voice note in our family group chat.
Because, like, regular, normal people, and I do that in quotations because no one's normal, everyone's fucked up, but I'm just going to say normal, right? Normal people... they don't have to distract. There's nothing to be distracted from. I hope I don't, like, I'm trying to talk so carefully because I don't want to say the wrong thing. If I do say the wrong thing, just let me know. I don't want to say anything wrong because I don't want you to feel like there's something wrong or that you're crazy or anything. So don't be scared at all. They won't, like, force pills down your throat. They'll give you, like, advice and suggestions and stuff, but they're not going to force you to do anything that you don't want to do.
And now, while we're on this topic, Mikaela was the most insecure person that I have ever met in my life. And I was always there to support her and make her feel beautiful and make her feel good. And now she has come out and said that apparently I have said that everybody's eyes are too close together. Like, I'm there with a tape measure, like, ooh, your eyes are too close together. Like, I'm the crazy supermodel with the most perfect, like, it is crazy to me. And the thing is that Mikaela's eyes were often a topic of discussion for us, and she needed constant reassurance that she was beautiful and that her eyes were beautiful. And this whole thing is so crazy to me, and it's so ironic that the two girls that I apparently talk shit about and the two girls that I apparently said their eyes are too close together, those two girls are both girls that Attis was interested in.
I just got tagged in a comment of my ex-boyfriend calling another girl a cutie on TikTok. He's in other girls' comments. He's moving on. He's moving. How dare he? How fucking dare he?
Now, Mikaela's eyes were an insecurity to her. I just like these two girls. So now she's twisted this whole thing, like, Anna said that their eyes... Girl, I have an actual receipt, which she didn't have for that story. And this is the way Mikaela actually is. This is the real Mikaela. Without the eyeliner, her eyes are so fucking small on her face, it does not work. Now, she needed constant reassurance for her own beauty, which I always gave her. And she said, do I look like her without eyeliner? And I reassured her. I said, no, not even close. She said, because whenever I see her without eyeliner, I'm like, holy fucking shit.
Okay, here's the thing with this one as well. Like, me having just watched that long-ass video, Mikaela in her videos said that she started wearing eyeliner because every time Anna would bring up people's eyes being too close together, that it made her really insecure about, you know, herself. My nose is running like hell, right? So then her showing screenshots of Mikaela bringing up, like, do I look like her without eyeliner? And then Anna be like, no, not even close, doesn't invalidate what Mikaela said. It actually just adds to the fact that all of them were just having these conversations about, like, the eyes being too close together or whatever the hell. You know what I mean?
Please put some eyeliner on. Then I reassured her again, and she says, and you know how addicted I am into eyeliner. Thank frick. Yes, I do know. It was a constant topic of conversation, but again, I tried to kindly reassure her, and I said, don't even worry. You basically look the same without eyeliner, so never feel insecure without it. And she's like, thank you so much. I love you. That was a normal conversation for us. Yet now, apparently, I'm out here calling all these influencers saying they all have ugly eyes with no receipts. It again is just one huge projection. That's all it is. It's one huge projection. If you're sitting there thinking, no, Mikaela's changed now, she's different now, I'm going to show you something. Mikaela is the exact same person she has always been. She uses everybody she needs to use to get where she wants without caring what happens. She doesn't care about anyone's feelings. She doesn't care who she hurts. She only cares about what the public thinks and how she might look to the public. And she wants to seem like the hero. She wants to seem like she's doing the right thing, but she doesn't actually care. Which is why in her video, she named a girl by name and said that I called her ugly and said her eyes were too close together. It was one of those girls. One of the ones Atis was interested in, by the way. So it was one of those girls, and she just named her by name. By doing that, she's now put so...
I just cannot believe that she's not addressing anything to do with her brother. Like, that's what's making me really not like her in this video. No matter what she says, the fact she's choosing not to acknowledge anything about her brother, from violently, you know, doing things to her, to allegedly R-wording her, to all of these, like, the fact that none of that is being addressed makes me really not want to, like, side with her on anything. If I'm being honest.
So much attention to this girl. Ridiculous. It is ridiculous. She should have never done that. But of course, she doesn't care. She doesn't care. And she commented that. She said, call me wrong for naming names. Atis publicly went after this girl online flirting and tried to make it a whole bit. If I didn't say names, no one would believe me. She's mad that Atis liked her, and she doesn't care to use her name and what effects that might have on this girl. Then she saw, oh no, the public don't like that. Oh no. Because that's all she cares about. Oh no, oh no. And then she came back 2 hours later and was like, I apologize for naming her by name. I shouldn't have named her by name. She's like, oh shit, fuck, right? So that's just the type of person it is. She doesn't care. Now, I'm sure that nobody wants to sit here for 2 hours and let me talk and talk and talk about all these things. So I'm just going to rapid fire some lies, and I have to read them from my phone because
love
there are
rapid
so
fire.
many. So give me 1 second. Number one is that we were talking shit in German in our family group chat about her, and she would stay late at night scrolling, Google translating all of our German shit talking. Again, with no receipt. I am going to show you a receipt. This is what my family group chats look like. Atis and I don't know how to write in German. We talk in English. So what...
Again, this is just going to be a tit for tat. We're going to have to believe one of them.
Shit from us was she Google translating? I don't understand. This one is a good example of how she tries to make herself seem like a good person and like the hero in the story. It's just like a tiny little manipulation. But she says that she decided not to monetize her YouTube video because she didn't feel comfortable. That is not the case. She could not have made her video monetized because she doesn't meet the requirements. She could have left that out completely and not said anything, but of course you have to sell your little story like, look how good I am, I don't feel comfortable.
House we were at called the Promontory. We also...
Well, also, that's not true. Hold on. Let me look. Oh my god. Just can't fucking escape this damn ukulele. Look at this. That's not true. Because, to my knowledge, the video still isn't... Neither of them, to my knowledge, are monetized. I may be wrong. But the channel does meet the requirements. And did meet the requirements very soon after the video was posted. I mean, very, very, very soon, so...
called the house the Promontory. And it got demolished, I believe, because of the amount of urine that was in the fucking house that they probably just couldn't get rid of the smell, so they had to, like, demolish it.
Old house got knocked down because the dogs peed inside it. Here's the house, still standing, not knocked down. That I ran an illegal lottery. News.com confirmed that it wasn't illegal. And a quick Google search will show you that my...
Okay, but what you're doing, like bringing your fans to the website in chance to win money, and you're not saying explicitly when you're going to send it or how long you're going to send it for, is shady at best then.
Lottery was not illegal. I did not do anything illegal. And she did try to carefully walk that back in episode 2. She was like, oh, kind of illegal. Like, she tried to take that back. Next is on my It Made Me Feel Broke video. She commented on that video. Then she quickly screenshot her comment, deleted her own comment, and then posted that comment to her Instagram story and said, Anna deleted my comment, but she's acting like I'm trying to silence her. I did not delete her comment. It is so sus that her comment was 42 seconds ago. Who comments a comment quickly screenshots it? She did that on purpose to make it seem like I'm this bad person. And while we're on that topic, you know how I added the number, like the helpline, and people are saying like, you didn't even add the helpline, I'll just add a screenshot. But her comment was not there. Nowhere to be found. She deleted it herself. Crazy. Next is that I hated Jack Cooper. And this one is one that is so personal.
I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea who the fuck Jack Cooper is. This is all over my head.
Me, because she knows I love Jack Cooper, and she has told him some type of story. I don't know what she has told him. She has told him that I don't like him, that I hate him. I don't know what she said. Now, I'm gonna actually tell you the real story, and that is I didn't know Jack Cooper. Jack Cooper is an influencer from Australia, if you don't know, and he's one of my favorite influencers. And she, like I said, she's trying to take everything away from me that makes me me, and he is somebody that is very, very, very special to me. Before I met him, I didn't know his personality. I didn't know his sense of humor. I knew nothing about him. And if you know Jack Cooper, you know his humor is very specific. It's a very special type of humor. It's very different. And at the time, I didn't know that. So the one time I said something bad about him, before I knew him, before I met him, this was a very long time ago, he commented something really, really crazy on my Instagram photo. And I sent in the group chat and said that he's a clout chaser, because I thought he was trying to get attention. I didn't know this man. I knew nothing about him. And I'm gonna put up a receipt. This is mine and Jack Cooper's chat conversation. And I'm gonna blur some of it for privacy, but this is how we talked. So you can see before I met him, I never replied to him. And then you'll see I meet him. And from the moment that I met him, I fell in love with this man. And I replied to this man ever since. We have been such good friends. We've supported each other for such a long time.
Who the hell is Jack Cooper? Jack Cooper. I assume it's this person? Sydney, Australia. Yeah, who's this? Ooh, okay. Fact or fake McDonald's viral secret. Okay. Well, you learn a new person every day. Oh my god, I love these little things. Okay, great. Okay, good for him.
So for her to make up some crazy stories that I hated him, and I didn't know him. I love that man, and I will always love that man. I don't care. I love that man, and I don't care. And you can't take that from me. Let's talk about some things that should have never been on the internet whatsoever. But again, just show you what kind of person Mikaela is, because she doesn't care at all. Number one, she talked about my parents' marriage and made that a segment in her podcast. My parents...
I don't understand how all this isn't off, like, or off guard for her to, whatever the word is, for her to talk about, but she will not talk about anything to do with her brother. That's very, very, very suspicious to me.
Marriage is none of your business. What are you doing? You don't know these people. You can't speak on someone...
But she lived in the house with all of you. Right.
Else's marriage like that. Like, is so insane to me. But she knows, she thinks it's tea. My parents' marriage is not tea. You're weird. What are you doing? What? To wrap this up, I'm going to give you a recap of the type of person that people have been so quick to support. Girls wanted to know, how did you get your abs? What does she say? Just do sit-ups. That's what she said. When in reality, she had a metal rod put into her stomach and they had abs carved out of her fat. That's what happened.
Girl, who cares? No shade. First of all, it was your brother that wanted her to do it, allegedly. But part two, who the fuck cares?
But she told the girls online, just do sit-ups.
Who cares?
Then she dated the Kid Leroy when he was underage. And then years later...
Who's Kid Leroy?
Went to his concert, filmed herself crying at his concert, and then made that a whole content situation.
Okay, first of all, if that's true, then yeah, that's wrong. If that's true, then yeah, that's wrong. Number two, why are you now, though, gonna talk about her relationships and not talk about the relationship that she talked about having? And also, why are you not talking about your brother dating people who were underage? I don't get it. This is not the gotcha moment you think it is. I don't know. This is so fucked up.
While we're talking about underage boys, she sent nude photos of herself to 14-year-old boys in a group chat when she was 19 years old.
And if that's true, then how fucking disgusting is that? Not my friend Joy, like my Sex and the City repost. You know what I mean? I don't know either of these people. If this is true, this is horrifying and disgusting, right? We can all agree on that. If we take both of these people out of this, right, and I'm trying to keep to the topic at hand, it feels incredibly weird for Anna Paul to be like, look what Mikaela did. But then at the start of this is saying that she is choosing not to say anything to do with her brother. Let's take Mikaela and Anna out of this. Why is Addis in all of this able to do all of this shit, specifically with people that are significantly younger than him, and none of us are talking about it? This feels, which if this is true, this is so wrong. You know, this is disgusting. It just feels to me that you don't even care about it, though. Because you're choosing to stand by your brother, but as a gotcha moment to someone else is like, oh, but look, oh, you think that's bad? You're all disgusting then. The fuck?
And to make it worse, she stayed in contact with these boys until they were overage. This is not a nice person. Not a lot of people have spent time with the actual Mikaela. She is not.
Oh my God, Mikaela said this line about you. You said it about her.
Person. Be so careful supporting this girl so quickly. You don't know her. And somebody who does know her, who has spent a lot of time with her, even very recently, has come out with her own story about what Mikaela...
First of all, Corinna from the fucking Vlog Squad, regardless of who we're talking about here, is not someone I'm taking any advice from.
Mikaela is actually like in real life. Now, if you're sitting there and you're thinking, no, Anna, Mikaela has told us why she started all this, then I'm sorry that her manipulation has worked on you, like it worked on me for years. So I'm going to leave you with one final receipt. This receipt is the real Mikaela. This is how she is behind closed doors. This isn't the Mikaela that's manipulating the internet. This is a Mikaela that you don't know. This is the real reason that she started all of this.
My goal is to make sure she doesn't fucking post a thing. Because remember how I told you she would always copy me, she would always steal my stories, steal my personality, everything, the car idea, all of that. She stole it from me. I'm supposed to be the one with 7 million followers. I'm going to be vlogging after this, and everyone's going to need someone to watch because everyone's addicted to watching her, that they're going to watch me, and I'm going to live that life that I should have had. And this doesn't come from jealousy. This just comes from a siphoning energy bitch.
Hi,
Okay, first of all, again, cannot stress to you enough how neither of these people pull me to their side, right? I'm not here to defend anyone. But what I am going to say is it seems that the receipts that Anna is pulling up are things that Mikaela, whether smartly, manipulative, intentional, or what, has already addressed. She's saying in that final thing, I'm going to leave you with this, and it's Mikaela being like, she copied all my ideas, she stole from me, she stole my personality, she stole all this, I'm the one that should have all the followers, I'm whatever. Mikaela just said that in her video. Mikaela said in her video all of that Anna stole from her, Anna stole everything, and it should be her. I'm like, I've already heard that. Again, I'm on neither of these people's side. It just seems that one person is willing to put more out there than the other one. Here's the thing. Anna Paul, to me, lost all fucking credibility when she refuses to address her brother in the slightest, but is willing to throw everyone else under the bus. So here's the thing. Whose side am I on? Bitch, I'm not looking at this as being on sides, but what I am looking at this is one of these people that we've been shown a lot of receipts on is refusing to acknowledge anything to do with her fucking brother. And that's a problem to me. So, muckers, let me know your thoughts down below. I will talk to you all very soon. And again, I cannot believe that she just didn't acknowledge any of that. Crazy. Crazy, but whatever. I'll see y'all soon. Goodbye.